everybody! I have a little bit of a different video today. It is a very special occasion to me. What is the occasion, you may ask? Well, it is the 10-year anniversary of a very special video to me. It's a little bit cringe, it's a little bit embarrassing, but when something that alters your brain chemistry when you're in middle school turns 10 years old, you have to celebrate it. So today we are going to be celebrating the 10-year anniversary of Mangled by Natewantstobattle. Not the song, the video specifically. The video came out on October 28th, 2015, and today is October 28th, 2025. I'm going to be doing Natemare's makeup to celebrate. And I don't care if it's cringy, I don't care if I'm bad at makeup, I don't care about any of that because this video is so important to me. It wormed its way into my brain when I was like in 7th or 8th grade, I can't remember, and now I'm a full adult person. So let's get started. I'm gonna start with some concealer. I'll put all the products that I'm using up on the screen. This is NARS concealer. This is my favorite concealer. It's in the color light to vanilla. And I'm just gonna start with concealer because I have so much acne scars and pimples and everything all over my chin and everything. I also have a freckle right here. I'm gonna cover it up with concealer as well because it is right in the path of where we need to go for our makeup later, and it shows through and looks strange. Okay, I'm just gonna take a really old and disgusting sponge and I'm just gonna blend the concealer out. So now all of those pimples and everything, they're just gonna be harder to see. Concealer's done. You probably can't even really tell. But if you look at my chin area, you'll notice there's a lot less pimples and redness. Next up we're gonna do is we're going to apply the tear streaks. This is arguably the most important part. I just have this stupid face paint that I got from Spirit Halloween. It's so bad, it's not even the right color, but this is what we have to work with. I just have a random paintbrush. If this doesn't work, I have a different brush that I used when I was practicing, but I actually think this might work out better. Now, I think this is water activated paint. I actually can't tell. It didn't say on the package if it was, but it seems to be water activated. Like when I put water, it gets more opaque. While I'm wetting this paint up, I'm going to talk about Mangled and what it means to me and kind of the history for anybody who doesn't know what it is already, which, fair if you don't know what it is already. I love 2015 era FNAF YouTube. It is one of my favorite eras of FNAF YouTube. Obviously with all the other games now, it's different, but the vibe and the energy of excitement when it was just the first 4 games, definitely it was something special. And the YouTubers making content about it, it was just so much fun. And Natewantstobattle was really different in the FNAF music scene because I feel like he wrote kind of different genre music. I'm gonna paint the tears on now. What I learned is that you really just gotta go straight down. You'll wanna like do a little curve thing and follow like your face. Don't follow your face, that's not what it looks like. I'm gonna switch to my other brush that I was using before because I feel like it's better. I have a stupid makeup brush that's like 4 brushes in one brush that I'm gonna be using because I don't do makeup ever, so to have multiple brushes is just not really what I need. This face paint really sucks. So the history of Mangled, it came out as a song in 2014. I don't exactly remember the date, but it was Nate's first FNAF song, I believe. If I'm wrong, I'll put up what it actually was, but I'm like 90% sure that Mangled was Nate's first FNAF song ever.
These nights no, they never seem to end. Now I need you to leave till 6 a.m.
So it's got that specialness to it because of that, because like Nate is kind of known for doing the FNAF music stuff. I mean, obviously he's doing different things these days. You probably can't see what I'm doing at all, and I apologize for that. That's why I'm yapping about Nate. So Nate comes out with Mangled. It's his first FNAF song. Everybody loves it in 2014. You're like, oh, the 10-year anniversary is 2015. I'm talking specifically about the version that came out in 2015. It came out for what he was calling 5 Nights of 5 Nights. It was basically a week-long celebration. I don't exactly remember all the videos off the top of my head. And it was the second one in the lineup because it's a FNAF 2 song, so it was on the second day. There's some really good Nate FNAF songs that came out during 5 Nights of 5 Nights, but in my opinion, he should have ended with this one because the video is just the most iconic thing ever. And that's what's really good about the 2015 version of Mangled is the video. So notice how I've gone kind of straight down in a line instead of like going where if I was crying, this is not the path that my tears would take, but that's just what it looks like. I've tried to like build up the opacity. This sheet makeup is really bad, so it doesn't really want to. I've started it kind of below the eye, so I'm gonna do the other side now and I'm gonna keep yapping. So why is Mangled so important to me? Why am I even doing this video in the first place? When you are in middle school, right, and you're in the FNAF fandom, you're interested in it, you are watching FNAF music and you are watching game theory and you know, you're a part of all that fandom on the internet, sometimes things just stick with you. And this video is so iconic. I mean, MatPat being in it, like the star power alone is crazy. MatPat is the FNAF YouTuber, except for maybe Markiplier, right? He's the FNAF YouTuber, especially back then in 2015 and 14. Like, MatPat and his game theory videos, the FNAF videos to watch. There was obviously other FNAF lore people like Dako, Razbowski, others that I'll put on the screen, but like MatPat was the FNAF lore guy. Is this even? I think it's mostly even. His isn't really all that even, so I'm not really too worried about it. It just kind of has to get the vibe across. So that's actually how I found the videos, because I was a MatPat fan. And YouTube recommended it to me, and you see MatPat in the thumbnail and you're just like, well, I gotta click on this, you know? I think this was my introduction to Natewantstobattle. Natewantstobattle went on to MatPat's live stream, GT Live, and I can't remember which one I saw first. I'm pretty sure it was Mangled, though. I'm pretty sure Mangled was the first time I ever knew who he was. Oh my god, what an introduction. The lighting, the makeup, everything about Mangled is, like, super iconic. It's really, kind of taboo these days to be like, oh, Nate is so hot. Like, nobody in the fandom does that anymore. It was super prevalent back then. Especially, it was really prevalent, especially with Mangled. 12-year-old me, I think I was 12, I don't actually know. Let's just say he wasn't not attractive to me. So obviously that's another reason why it cemented itself in my brain. So next we're going to do the little raccoon eyes he's got going on now that our tear streaks are done, and they look so good. They're not the right color, but don't mind that. So now I have this like random ass palette. There's a black in here, so that's what we're gonna be using. But you know, when you're me and you're in middle school, a video like this is going to alter your brain chemistry, and you never really get over what you're into in middle school. And all the people in Natewantstobattle fandom today who were into Mangled back then, we act like we're so much more mature, but I've been in the Natewantstobattle radio live streams when Mangled comes on. I've seen everybody in the chat, okay? We all act like we're evolved and we're different, but really deep down inside, we're still the same as we were back then. Natemare just brings it out in us. So basically, how this makeup is going to work, we're going to basically fill in the entire circle around our eye, and we need to go up all the way to our eyebrow. I like to make an outline where the edge of my eyebrow is. And you just go up to your eyebrow and make a little circle. It's okay if it's a hot mess, because honestly, his makeup is kind of a hot mess in the video. So if it's messy, then that just kind of works. As you can see, I'm just making a little raccoon eye for myself here. Just draw over the top of the tear that you drew. If you're following along with this makeup tutorial, I guess is what this is. Gotta make sure that you cover everything. Just make sure it's all filled in. And I fill it up into my eyebrow. And now his makeup's kind of a mess in the video. So what I'm going to do to replicate that is I'm just gonna dip it in a little bit and I'm just gonna like tap it around the edge. And mine, I've drawn it a little bit farther down onto my face than his, but my face is not the same shape as his. I look so dumb, but that is the makeup. So we're gonna do this again to the other eye, and then with everything, it'll look not dumb when it's more than one eye. From my end of my eyebrow down, make a little circle, and then I'm just gonna fill it in. So I would describe Mangled as Nate's most iconic music video. People might argue with me about that, but I believe that I'm correct. I think it's probably one of his most important. And who knows what will happen in the future, because even though he like sold his entire like music library, who knows what he's going to do. Like, he could delete everything, you know? So I just think it's special that we have it. I'm going to put in the description a link to Mangled if you want to watch the video and see the makeup done slightly better than this. I'm also going to put in the description some advertisements for Five Nights at Five Nights in Mangled, some teasers that he did, because they are unlisted and kind of hard to find. So if I can be a resource for finding them, then that is good. I'm just gonna touch up the tears a little bit because I kind of messed them up with the brush. So I'm not gonna do lips. I was thinking, should I do lipstick for this? But I'm not going to, because to my knowledge, Nate is not wearing lipstick in this video. But I am going to put on mascara, which I forgot to get, so I'll be right back. Before I put on my mascara though, I lied about not changing the makeup up because I wanna put sparkles. I have this really old palette. It is Bella Pierre Cosmetics. This is what it looks like. I'm not gonna clean my brush because I don't care. I'm dipping into this blue and this sparkles, and I'm just gonna like put it around the top of the tears. Honestly, this is really helping with the fact that the makeup, the face paint was kind of bad. Okay, now I've got shimmers. I don't know, I just think that looks better. If you want to know what brush this is, it's the Absolute New York brush. That's the only words that are on it. I'm gonna put on mascara because I like how mascara looks, and I think that it'll help hide the patchiness of my application on top of my eyelids, because it was hard because they like to rub it off. This is the Maybelline New York Total Temptation mascara, and I really like this mascara a lot. I don't want anybody talking about my technique here or anything. It's important to have your hair in your face for this, because Natemare's hair is in his face. So this is my Natemare makeup that I've done. It's not perfect, it's not exact, but it's my version. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it's a little bit different, I know it was a little bit amateur, but this is something that means a lot to me. Things don't turn 10 years all that much. With that, I hope everybody out there has a fantastic day, week, month of your life, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye!